Why are we filming you today?
I decided to do a bare knuckle fight. BKFC Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. It's basically boxing with no gloves. Stupid, crazy.
How does your wife feel about this?
Well,
My first thought was I wanted to throw up, and I was very nervous. But if this is something he wants to do, I wanted to just 100% support him and help him work towards a goal that he wants to achieve.
so when I was younger, I guess you can say this whole journey started when I got cut from the basketball team, where all my whole family, they're basketball players. And my friend asked me if I wanted to go out and wrestle. I started wrestling, did pretty well, fell in love with it, ended up being a state champion wrestler when I was a senior in high school, and it was awesome. After that, I went on a mission for my church. I was out in Jamaica for 2 years, so not a lot of wrestling, not a lot of stuff happening there. But when I came back, I missed being on the mat and decided to jump into MMA. I ended up doing 6 pro MMA fights. In fact, the very first fight I ever did, I never even threw a punch. I went into it totally blind. I'd never even been in a fight. So I went back to the wrestling roots, took him down, hit him with a couple elbows, and he got knocked out. So it was awesome. Ended up doing 6 of those fights. And then after that, I ended up falling in love with my wife. So obviously getting married and having kids, your priorities change. That's the most important thing. I had to take life a lot more serious. I had to get ready to, take care of my family and everything like that. The most important thing to me in my life is my family. And it's a really cool story of how I even actually got into the BKFC because we're the title sponsor for BKFC.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
So the owner, Dave Feldman, actually came over to me and my brothers. We're sitting there cage side. And of course, my brothers, they're like, you need to get Dan to do a fight. And Dave's like, oh yeah, let's get him in. Let's do this. And I'm like, whoa. This is crazy. I've been away from the game for 13 years and this is not my wheelhouse. This is boxing. I'm a wrestler. But I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I'm not scared. I'm going to do it. So I said, hey, Dave, if you can talk my wife into letting me do this fight, I'm down.
It definitely took me a minute to support him, just because I was like, is this something you should be doing in your 40s with 3 children and a family? But seeing him want to work towards something is something that I admire about him the most, and I think that's really cool.
I feel like I'm pretty good, but I have an amazing opportunity to kind of see where my baseline is with bare knuckle fighting. Luckily, we sponsor the #1, in my opinion, best bare knuckle fighter in the game. And I actually get to spar with him on my very first sparring session, Mike Perry.
He's just been toying with me. Yeah, he just made it look like light work. Keep him in my face, just little. Yeah! Keep him in my face like that. Oh. Sick bastard. Good job, brother.
Training with Mike, I think it's made a huge difference on how I was going to approach everything. I thought I could just go in and bulldoze my way through. Let's just say, I'll let the video speak for itself. It's a little bit of a humble pie, but like it was really good to do that just because it helped me really understand a lot of different things about the fight, of what's going to happen. So obviously leading up to this, I've got a lot of work to do. First and foremost, I've got to get my weight under control. I'm starting this whole entire journey at like 225 pounds and I've got to get down to 185. I want to get the help that I need to be able to get myself completely ready and be 100% dialed for this fight. And so I want to get trained by the best. I have Mike and I have Clay, and we're going to have the best game plan going into this.
So game plan, getting Dan ready for the fight. #1 would be get him in shape. And #2, defense, getting it to where he's not getting hit, he's pulling his punches back. #3 is offense, being able to land our shots and hopefully get the guy out of there.
So as far as the diet, the plan is obviously to keep his diet on point. He doesn't have time to mess around. He needs to keep dropping. In the gym, the plan is to keep doing high intensity. I know Dan probably still wants to build some muscles and things like that, but at this point, for this fight, he's gonna definitely need that cardio to be top notch.
Okay, coach, tell me what I need to do.
You need to bunt it.
Punch him? Okay.
Hollow.
Oh.
Even hollow.
So a month out from the fight, a couple things have happened. I hurt my arm. We're not gonna go into details of that because it's just an excuse. It sucks, but I'd rather just do it.
You know, most people would quit. Oh, my arm's hurt, I'm gonna turn in, throw in the towel now, and Dan's not like that. So it's let's work around it and let's find a way to keep going, and that's what Dan has done.
Mentally, once he decided he wanted to do this, it was gonna be hard to not follow through with it. And so to have him injure his arm was just a setback. I don't think either one of us wanted to go through, and I was nervous that he wouldn't be able to fight, but luckily it was just a minor injury and he's coming back stronger and better than ever.
So with only 4 weeks ago, the top priorities for me, just consistency, try and do as much sparring, getting hands thrown in my face as much as I can so I can get used to it. I mean, that's the big thing. There's no better training for fighting than fighting. So let's go do it.
Fast, straight. Yeah.
As of this morning, I weigh 197. Day of weigh-ins. Woke up this morning, I weigh 193. So feeling pretty good about that. Got to lose a few pounds, but we should have plenty of time. Weigh-ins are at noon. So I weigh 193 right now. Got to get down to 186. What a way to spend my birthday, right? We're gonna start it up. Give me a second to get my bearings. Slow getting up. Let's get the sweat going one more time. That one was hot. Yeah! Woo! Woo! Ooh! Oh, I love you guys so much. Let's hope this is the last one. Starting to feel it. Let's go see. Point 3. We're freaking there. It's the hardest part. Just did it. Good. 184.
Good to go. Shoot.
Good to go. Good to go. Appreciate it, Doc. Thank you. Manu. I get the question often, like, why? Why now? And you know what? I think that it's not necessarily about the fight. It's about everything that you do to prepare yourself to get into the fight. And it's been the most fun journey to watch not just me, but my wife, my kids, being able to watch Dad do what he sets his mind to. But it takes all the discipline. It takes all the hard work. I'm a competitor, and it's gonna be so fun doing it.
Good defense.
Thank you. Keep your hands up. Hands up. Eyes up. Head up.
Head up, eyes up. We thank you for the opportunity we have today to go out there.
On the day after his 41st birthday, Dan Gardner is now set for his BKFC debut. Gardner is the chief sales officer of our outstanding sponsor, Bucked Up. He has had 6 pro MMA bouts, and he was a Utah High School State Wrestling Champion. Gardner told us in our fighter meeting, I'm going to use my wrestler's pace, pressure, and in-and-out explosiveness throughout this, my first fight at Bare Knuckle. He's really been power. Howard Tomlinson bringing both fighters up to scratch. Round number 1. White trunks for Dan Gardner, black trunks for Shane Fichter. Fichter immediately to the jab. Open chest, open guard for Dan Gardner. There's the explosion in on the right hand. Half-time one now snatched by Victor. Heavy to the inside, almost the elevation from Gardner. And that gets the stoppage from Tyler Tomlinson. Saw the strength of Dan Gardner. Elevating Shane Victor, but not legal under these unified rules of bare knuckle fighting. That's the break from Tomlinson.
Gardner able to land a good right hand early.
Gardner cut outside of his left brow. Jab off the mark from Shane Victor. 15 remaining, round number 1. Step in right hand, Victor taking Gardner off his striking line. Gardner feigning now the explosion in. Gardner to the center circle. Victor coming forward, feigning the right hand. Straight right hand, the counter right hand again. Victor to the inside. Big shots to the body, and that drops Dan Gardner.
So everyone has a game plan until they get hit in the face. And that, to me, is what happened. A lot of the things that you do in fighting, it has to come naturally and it has to come like second nature. Because I had had such a quick training, it didn't come second nature to me. And so when I got hit in the face, my game plan went right out the window.
I think I missed half the fight just having my head down in my lap, but overall, so proud, but so hard to watch. So hard to watch.
Win or lose, it wasn't really about the outcome. It's about being willing to put yourself out there. It's about being willing to step into that fire or to swim through the deep water so that whatever challenge comes up in life, you are ready for it.
There was so much growth that I saw from him. It's kind of funny, like navigating marriage and then parenthood. You know, you kind of, I guess in a way, lose who you used to be. And just to see him set a goal and work towards something that was outside our marriage, outside fatherhood, outside work, everything was so great. And how everything worked out, like it was just awesome.
I have no regrets, honestly. It got me back to that competitive mode that I love being in because I did the fight. And it's so weird to say, but because I was able to push myself outside of my comfort zone, swim through deep water, take this as something from me. I hate doing this because it really did change me. And I want everybody to get some kind of inspiration out of it. Everybody can change and everybody can become what they really want. They just need a little motivation.
Who he has become and just the things that have changed in our life leading up to this has been so awesome. And the support, it's been so humbling to like see how people have showed up for him especially. And like, yeah, it's awesome. So thank you to everyone.
It's weird. You practice, you practice, you practice, and you think you have something ready to go. And when you don't get to do your game plan, it makes me want to do it again.